comedians coming up to promote themselves and to have a conversation. So anything that you're doing that's your part, make sure that you
Right.
continue to do your part. Like even posting is doing your part. If it might inspire, like I see people posting at protests, it inspired me. Like, yo, I got to make sure I get out there too. Even if they posting for clout, even if they posting for real, whatever, I don't care. Just post it because it makes me feel, you might motivate one person to get out. Your clout just to show off might make one person really be like, yo, let me get out here too. And I'm saying, so I feel good about it. I just hope it doesn't die down anytime soon. And I hope Kanye don't take away what's really going on and try to steal the black votes and lock us and blindside us. Kanye, you messing up, bro. But I feel good, man.
What you think, Brian? How you feeling right now?
Kanye ain't messing up. Kanye doing his job for his boy. Kanye on his job right now. But I feel, man, 2020 has been the craziest year of my lifetime. But like Kev said, man, it doesn't matter who you get inspired by to go out and do good works, as long as you just get inspired by it and go out and actually do the good work. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people out here posting for clout, but you shouldn't even look at the intent of the post. You should just look at it for what it is and just go follow suit. So, yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly, because you could see a whole lot of clout chasing going on out here, and people just down for the cause just for the sake of they feel it's trending right now. So that's a cool thing to do. But if it's the right thing that they're doing, I applaud them for it regardless, and I'm going to go out and do the right thing as well. So that's what I've been trying to do through this time, just trying to educate myself more, try to put out a lot of positivity, some funny stuff, of course. And yeah, man, just been using my time wisely. So finished a book. So be on the lookout for that pretty soon. So yeah, man, just trying to better myself during this time, especially with the joke writing, just the writing process.
And creative too.
Yeah, the creative process, period. Just trying to just be a better comedian, a better writer, just a better man when we come up out of this. So
I wanna go to you, Kev, and then Brian, you can follow up. Brian made a good point, and that's a good segue. Being creative. What are some of the things y'all been doing to stay sharp as comics? Whatever that is. Kev, I know for a fact I've been seeing you doing releasing some dope ass content. The interviews on the street, super dope, super organic. It took me back to like what was that, like Rap City, when they interview somebody on the street. But yeah, what is some of the stuff you've been doing to stay creative during the time off?
That's one of them. I felt like, and I started it when everything was happening. I was doing the interviews a while back, but when everything started happening again, I felt like I needed to start doing something again to promote everybody that's doing dope stuff. So I jumped on and just said, you know what, let me start doing these interviews, because there's dope people out there. So let me start promoting them, put their stuff out on my page so my people could see what they're doing. Then I have the podcast, the I'm Just Saying podcast. Thanks to you, we on iHeartRadio and on SoundCloud. So that's, you know what I'm saying? You threw me that alley-oop, so I'm going to shout you out for doing that for me.
It's looking real good. It's looking real good.
It's looking
I like
real
what
nice.
You're doing. Yeah.
It's looking real nice.
Yeah.
But I got that. I got the podcast out. And like Brian said, I just been writing. And, Kevin Hart, his last stand-up, I forgot what the last one was called. I hated that last one. That last one he did.
Irresponsible.
That was the stadium one, if I'm correct, right?
Stadium, right. Yeah. When he did that, he said that he needs to start transitioning into more serious stuff into his jokes. And I just feel like I clown a lot, but at this age, it's some real stuff going on. So I'm trying to do the same thing. I want to make sure I could take what's going on and write jokes to make it not just like I'm BSing out there. I don't want to be like dance monkey out there no more. So it's like I need to touch on some serious stuff now.
You know what? Before I go to you, B, I think it's so interesting. I think I try to always remind myself, this time we've had away from the stage is like gold. I don't think like it's part of history. You're not going to get this opportunity to stay in the house, work, fine tune certain things, and strengthen your weaknesses, whether that was certain things you didn't have. You know, it allows you to, you know, oh, whoa, I didn't have a website. Let me put this time together. I didn't have no content on my YouTube. Let me put that together. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I'm going to start writing a script or whatever. So I felt like this was a golden opportunity, whether you writing, creating, or producing something, because I know once this is over, you're going to tell who's going to rise to the cream of the crop. Like, okay,
Brian
this is
shaking
what
that head
this is what they be
yeah.
doing. Hold
Right,
on.
bro?
Shout out to my guy Walt Miller coming in.
But
Yeah, B. I think being creative during these times. What's good, Walt? Can you hear me? Walt, what's good, baby? Shout out to my man Walt Miller checking in. What's good, baby?
Yeah. What up, though?
I'm a swing it to you after Brian. We just talking about how we staying creative during the times. Kev talked about a couple of things. Brian, besides the writing the book, what else you been doing to stay creative?
Man, just writing jokes, and I've just been studying. Like, I've been watching a ton of specials, man. It doesn't even matter if the comedian is my particular cup of tea or my lane.
I do that too.
I've been studying all aspects of standout comedy, all styles. So yeah, man, I just been a nerd for comedy over the past 4 months, man. Just learning, just soaking up the game. And like Kev said, man, if everything gets back to normal and we start hitting those stages, you're gonna really see who was putting in work and who wasn't. Like people gonna start separating themselves, and I cannot wait. I can't wait for that, bro. I can't wait for that, because I already took pride in my writing ability. I thought my writing ability was my strongest quality as a comedian. But I wanted to really work on, and I really couldn't, unfortunately, because of COVID-19, was my stage presence and my performance. And once I've been practicing that, you know, in a mirror and all that stuff, but
it's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same at all. And I can't wait to try out these new act outs I got and all this stuff. Cause you know, like, I'm not really an act out type of guy.
Yeah, I want you to lay back. B, you definitely
I'm cool. I'm laid back. I'm cool. I want you to laugh at what I wrote and what I said, as opposed to what I do on stage. But I know I had to improve on that and get better at my act outs and all that stuff. And I can't wait to show improve, man. I got a ton of stuff I got to say on stage. Shit about to get real.
All right. Walt, my guy, appreciate you.
What up, though?
I know you over there harvesting and hibernating during these last few months. What you been doing to stay sharp and creative during these times, my brother?
Just like you know what I mean? They were saying, like, I just been writing like crazy. I've been reading a lot. I too have been like trying to find every damn comedy special I could find. Old, new. No, seriously. Yeah. Because I've been studying, you know who I've been studying? George Carlin. Because I want to talk about politics, and to me, nobody did it better than him.
Nobody.
So the way he spoke about politics and made it funny as hell. Like, he went against everything he was taught. But you had no choice but to listen and to laugh. So it's like, I've been studying him and just been trying to stay focused. You know, really just been reading a lot. A lot.
You know, the crazy thing about Carlin, the older he got, the meaner he got.
Yo,
funny. It was so great.
And like, when he did it, he's the older he got, the less he gave a fuck about, like, who had a problem with what he had to say.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I want to ask y'all this. I'm gonna stay on you, Walt, and I'm gonna go to Kev, then Brian. I want to ask y'all about the state of comedy for the future of it. How do y'all feel with virtual comedy versus what it's gonna look like actual filling up seats? What's y'all take on the future of the state of comedy? I'm gonna stay on you, Walt. What you think?
My thing is, comedy, just like anything else, has to evolve. I know a lot of comedians, you know, that virtual thing was a little, they didn't really know how to approach it.
It still is.
It's weird.
You know, comedy is one of the main factors with comedy is the energy, you know? So not being able to feel that energy from the crowd to really see, like, should I let this joke breathe or should I keep going? You know what I mean? Like, all of that, those little knickknacks that you really pick up from the crowd, you was, like, stripped away from that.
Right.
But in a way, I liked it because, again, it just helped, like you said, with my writing, just being creative. Okay, we may not be able to be on the stage, but this brain's still working. It's other ways to become funny. And like he said, like you know what I mean? Once these doors open up and they really let us on the stage, you're going to see a lot of motherfuckers rusty. Veterans, too. And I'm not talking shit, but motherfuckers just been chilling. Like, I can't do this.
That's a fact.
You gotta adapt with the times. Why you think Hov was always able to stay relevant and a lot of his peers, like, drifted off? Because he knew how to adapt with the times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to, as a comedian, yes, we may be used to that stage. Yes, we may love that, but unfortunately, nigga, what you want to do?
Right.
So you just gonna stop being funny because now you can't get on the stage?
That's a fact. OC, you're right. We gotta evolve. Comedy has evolved, and we must adapt. You're right, Kev. What you think, Kev?
I mean, I'm with Walt because I agree, but you know, I'm not a fan of the virtual. I'm not gonna lie to you. The IG lives when it first started, I thought it was weird at first because I like he said, I feel like people didn't know how to approach it. People were trying to do jokes like it was a stage. Then people found out just talk shit on live as if you having a conversation with the person. It was up in the air. It was weird. It was awkward. But then some people started figuring it out. So you got some people who was like, I'm gonna just be myself. Yeah, y'all trying to be funny. You're a comedian. You funny regardless. Just be yourself on live. Some people figured it out. Some people didn't. But he's right. It's about evolving. Figure out a way to stay creative. Figure out a way to stay active. Figure out a way to keep yourself busy. It doesn't have to be an Instagram live comedy show. It's what you're doing right now is like podcast comedy. And I'm saying just keep yourself busy and keep yourself talking. Keep yourself running your mouth. That way the ideas can start generating. That way, whatever you're going through, you're talking about out loud, and now you can write it down, and now you can have ideas. Just keep your mouth moving any way possible. The virtual thing to me, I'm 50-50 about. I ain't the biggest fan of it. I'm here and there sometimes. Some people got it, some people don't.
Right. What you think, B? What you think of the future of the state of comedy before we move on?
Man, I'm excited about it. Like I said, it's gonna weed a lot of the weak out. But I'm cool either way because I know I could get a laugh whether it's virtually or whether it's on stage. Am I a fan of virtual comedy? Not necessarily. I think it takes the essence of live stand-up away.
Right.
You don't have the crowd. You don't have that instant reaction of laughter or whether your joke is shit. You know, you'll know immediately whether it works or if it doesn't. With virtual stuff and with the IG stuff and all that, you don't get that initial reaction, so you can't really gauge it like you want to. But
of course,
yeah, I'm cool with all of it, man. It has to evolve and you have to adapt with it or you'll get tossed to the wayside, man. That's just how it is. Only the strong survive, period.
I feel you. I think it's definitely something. To me, I see it like an addition sometimes. I think there was a lot of producers using virtual comedy before this happened. I just think a lot of us were slow to adapt, so to speak, to it. So I think it always existed. I just think it's going to evolve and there's still going to be people like, okay, I could sit on the couch with my bae or my husband, and I could watch comedy. Fuck it. I don't got to get dressed. We could do whatever. So I think it's going to exist, but it's going to evolve. I want to switch it to some relevant, quick hit topics that I know y'all got an interesting take. Let's start with music. Fab versus Jada. I want to know, in your opinion, who won and why. I don't want to hear no long drawn out speech. I want straight to the point. I'm going to go to Kev, then Walt, then B. Who do you have winning, Kev, and why? Let's go.
I have Jada winning.
Why?
Fab, I feel like Fab held out. He had joints that he just didn't play. Fab
really?
I felt like Fab was taking it a little bit easy. That was his man, so he was like, let's just make this fun. But I know Fab tracks that the hood love and would have smoked them. But He held back, so I give it to Jada. That's what
So
happened.
you felt Jada won, like, okay, Walt.
Saucy Jada, man.
Come on.
When you don't want to go hard, pause. When you don't want to, you're playing ball and that's your man's and you trying to take it easy, you get your ass bust. That's what happens.
You're right.
I'm gonna tell you what I think last. I'm gonna go to Walt. I'm gonna go to Kev. All right, Kev. Enough, Kev. Kev said Jada. He said Walt. Who won and
Jada
why?
won. I think Jada won, but I'm with Kev with like Fab let the bullshit happen. Like he let Jada finagle him. Jada, like yo, bro, like how was you talking over Fab's? How you let him talk over your songs? Right. He's telling Booth, hold on, Booth. Hold on. Like, Jada was like, Jada and Fab, like, Jada, you know what I mean? Fab let Jada hold his bike. And Fab had to sit on the sideline and watch Jada enjoy riding his bike up and down the block while he's That's what that was like seriously. Fab had Arsenal. The second half, Fab was just supposed to play all his R&B hits and kill. He was not supposed to try to go bar for bar with Jada.
Right. I agree with you.
This is about the hits, fam. And you left for Jada finagle you because he was like, oh, word, you paying that now, word. He got under Fab crazy. I fuss with Jada for that. But Jada know. And then what messed me up is like, how you let Jada call himself LL Cool Kids? That's you, nigga. You the young LL of our generation. Fab got mad hits with R&B hits like official on his album that he would have killed. That Street Dreams album alone got like 4 or 5 joints that we still will bump in the club.
Right.
Like, I'm serious. Fab let Jada do the bullshit, but I ain't mad. It was still good for the culture.
Right. Okay. So that's 2 for Jada. B, what you think?
It was Jada by default. I mean, like they said, Fab got hit. Fab has more hits than Jada. Right. And plus, like Jada was playing lock stuff. Jada was playing Clue freestyles. Jada played Victory. He wasn't on Victory. He wrote it.
He was reaching with that. I said, damn, nigga.
I'm get away with that.
I'm like, yo, that you can't do that. That's not. Yo. That's what we doing. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. And Fab let him get away with it. And plus, this was a determining factor too. Like Kiss was the life of the whole IG battle. He was funny. He was animated. He just kept. He was just the life of the party, and like that swayed people's decisions too. Fab was just cooling. He was just chilling, and it looked like he didn't really give a damn. He was high, and Jada was drunk.
And Jada was drunk as hell. I had Fab winning overall before this thing even started. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I felt like Fab, in my opinion, overall long term of his career, consistency, hits, as well as collaborations and fire freestyles and mixtape. Fab is just way more consistent than Jada. Now, bar for bar, I will always give that to Jada. Then the battle happened, and I'm like, what is Fab doing? Okay, he had moments where he had like, all right, he about to turn it up. And I think, like you said, Walt, I think Jada started getting to him, like start playing the mind game, the Jedi mind trick with him. Like, if I gas him, he won't play. He won't. And I think that's what swayed him. So I feel y'all. Speaking of Jada, though, August Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith. You like that segue right there, right?
That segue had nothing to do with nothing.
Nothing
to do with nothing, bro.
But I need y'all take.
Speaking of Jada,
I'm gonna go to B and work our way down. I'm gonna just say this before I pass the rock.
That's a great segue. I don't care. That's great.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I first saw August Alsina talking about the interview, it threw me off because I said, okay, some shit is about to hit the fan. You know how when you hear some shit and you like, oh shit, I didn't know that this shit was going down. Then when I saw the response from Will and Jada and them saying that this happened, 5-8 years ago, then I start saying to myself, why the fuck is he talking about this now? Why did he make it seem like something was popping off right now? So after seeing that interview, I don't know. Just from my perspective, I respect Will and Jada's relationship. The fact that they can be open enough to, listen, you explore. Listen, we good. But I just felt like August Alsina did that shit for some sort of attention or some sort of publicity, in my opinion. Maybe he got an album about to drop. But what y'all think? I'm gonna start with B. What you think of that whole situation?
Yeah, I think he does. I think he does have an album coming or it dropped or something.
Yeah.
I think he does have some new stuff coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen a whole lot of things since this has happened. I've seen August getting dragged. I've seen Jada getting dragged. I've seen Will getting dragged.
They've been dragging Will's ass.
Yeah, they somebody said Philly ain't been this disappointed since back to back.
That
That was me. I'm that somebody.
You stupid. But yeah.
But yeah, man, it's a wild situation. I realize that entanglement is a rich term, so you know,
that's definitely from rich nigga shit. Don't try that shit. No,
no doubt. That's crazy, and the fact that they dismissed August as like just being sick mentally.
Bruh.
That's a fact.
They did in the very beginning. They said sick. He was sick. We trying to help him, and that's it.
And I gave him some pussy.
Yeah, and that was wild too. And then they started laughing and joking about it. And at the end, they said, "We ride together, we died together, bad marriage for life."
Bad marriage for life.
That's the
nigga, that's the funniest shit ever.
That's the craziest shit ever
for life.
Like they.
So, what you think, Kev?
I thought originally they were known swingers. I thought they were known their relationship, and I'm saying for having open relationships. So the Red Talk table threw me off because they were saying it as if Will didn't know. So going into it, I was like, Will probably understands. They pass each other off. It is what it is. But going into the Red Table, Will was like kind of confused about it. Like, yo, so tell us what you did. Entanglement. What does that mean in relationships, right?
Right.
And niggas in the hood is going to try to get away with that shit now. It's an entanglement. But for me, I feel like, I don't think August did it for clout. I think
shit is crazy.
Entanglement. I feel like August really was in his feelings, and he just started like missing her on some pillow shit. And I really think he was trying to get Jada's attention, not the world's attention. I think he was shooting his shot to get her to understand how their relationship obviously was based on emotions because he was mentally ill. She was trying to be the mother. So he's showing like, yo, I'm still not better. I might need you again in my life. I think he shot his shot to see if she come back.
What you think, Walt?
Me personally, this is the shit that I'm telling these motherfuckers all the time. You can't be trying to build with a chick fresh out of a relationship, right? She just mad at her nigga, and she just want to get some shit out of her system at the moment. This is typical. It happens in the hood. Don't think just because of the money. It's typical shit. Your chick get mad at you. She swears she over with you. She having a hot girl summer. Come September, y'all back in each other's messages, talking, and then y'all get back together and she blocked the nigga. That's regular shit they just did. They just happen to have money and did it. None of this shit is new under the sun. And like he said, August is one of them little niggas that he don't know how to play his role. He was in his feelings. I knew he was telling the truth. But I was just like, damn, why they ain't handle it the way they usually handle it? But they had no choice. And Jada did the bullshit because, listen, everybody knows they rumors that they got that type of weird lifestyle that we somewhat admire and confused about at the same time.
Somewhat admire
and confused about it at the same time. That's a
we
word.
Somewhat admire it, but then we like, really, Will, you let that?
And we let
so
it go.
It's like, because when we first heard August, we like, nah, Will, you said it's okay. What, nigga?
What?
You gave me the pass? He didn't give you the pass.
Yeah. August has gotten his feeling. Will, I would say, Will was mad. And he wasn't mad that it happened. I think he was more so mad. He was mad at he was disappointed. Like, y'all messy asses got us out here. Y'all don't know how to cover y'all shit up, bitch. You want to go fuck with these little niggas. That's your problem. That these little niggas don't know how to cover stuff. And then all of a sudden, all them pictures came about with them. So it's like, yeah, Y'all being messy. Y'all don't even know how to move. That's why Will was like, no, bitch, you not about to say entanglement. What was you doing? What did you do, Jada? You was in a relationship.
It was
Ain't no
crazy.
entanglement, bitch.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Somebody said, wait, let me shout some people out. Kenny Lewis, what up? Rich, what up? Nicole Spain, what up? Somebody go, Nicole goes, men or women fresh out of a relationship is a no-no.
Wait, what she said? What she said? What she said?
Men or women out of a relationship is a no-no. Meaning either side, if you fresh out of a relationship, is a no-no. Do y'all agree with that?
Hell no, man. Play your part. Understand that they might get back with the person.
I don't
have that
care
conversation,
how
man.
essential they over they man or over they chick. It's not true.
Yeah, right.
August got in his feelings. Play your part, man. Fall back, son. You a side
August
nigga. Fall
definitely
back,
didn't play his
son.
part.
Fall back, man.
Hey.
You out here leaving earrings in the bed for Will to find. August, fall back. Trying to leave hints and shit that a nigga was at the house. Fall back, August. What you doing, bro?
Oh, man.
You carried away, my guy.
It ain't always that simple.
What you think? Wait, go ahead, B.
It ain't always that simple, bro. Like, we sit here and we clown August because he ain't play his part. He in his feelings and all that. Man, check this out.
This nigga B been there before. B about to tell us a story right now.
This personal. Get personal. What's her name, B? What's her name?
This shit hit a nerve, right, B? You know I love you, bro. You know I love you.
That nigga said,
man, listen. When I finally put out my memoirs, when y'all read, y'all gonna be like, oh shit, yeah.
Nah, go ahead.
Years ago, but yeah, man. Check this out. Peep this scenario, right? August is what, like 21 years younger than Jada,
right?
So, like, that's pretty much his childhood crush. He saw her on TV when he was a child. He loved her since a different world, like we all did.
Right?
So imagine getting her, your childhood crush, and y'all have an entanglement for 4 years.
Yes, you gotta say entanglement.
And then it's over. Like, I've seen dudes lose their mind over the neighborhood pincushion. So imagine losing the girl of your dreams, the girl you saw on TV when you was a child. That's some other shit. I wouldn't. That's my worst enemy. So to see him going nuts and like being his feelings, like, I really can't judge the dude for that, because I seen dudes go crazy for less, a whole lot.
Right. See, I'm not gonna judge him, but even if he was mentally ill or whatever, I can understand how you in a very vulnerable place when you dealing with whatever August was dealing with. It was known that August was going through this stuff. This was news. So you at a very vulnerable place. And
okay.
It's like, so the place you in, if Jada come in knowing that you vulnerable and start deep in getting into your soul that way, we understand that August was probably really in his feelings about it. But August, you know she got Will, bro. You still gotta know how far to take it.
So why we heap the
cocaine is a hell of a drug
on August? I think Jada should take the brunt of that responsibility.
Right.
Okay. Fair enough.
I give you that. Fair enough. It's a draw. It's a draw on that topic.
I can give you that. We can give you that.
I'm gonna say this though.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug, though, man.
Shout out to everybody on the Facebook Live. I'm with my guys, Walt Miller, Kevin Lee St. Pierre, Brian Isley, 3 amazing comedians, been in the game respectively for a while, doing what they love to do. Perfect segue. Whether y'all been on tour, whether you've been on television, whether you've performed on a sold-out show, people know y'all as, you know, what you are on stage, but right before they introduce you. But what people don't know, and what I'm going to find out right now, is what were y'all like in middle school? I'm talking 6th, 7th grade. I'm going to start with Walt. Describe yourself in middle school right now. What were you like, my brother?
I was always still the jokester. I always had jokes, but I was super short. I'm not tall now.
Nigga said it
like I was like one of those that grew late. Like all the girls were like tall and shit.
Right.
all the girls are like super taller than me now. Women that I'm taller than now was taller than me when I was in 6th grade. It was like, yeah, it was hard to get the girls, you know what I mean? They wasn't fucking with no young nigga, but I was always funny. So that was my way to getting in. I was big into art back then as well. Like I wanted to, making people laugh was just things that I just love to do. I was like an artist back then. I wanted to be a cartoonist or an architect growing up. So I was heavy in that, all the art programs in the school, getting all the art medals and stuff like that, doing all that stuff and shit. I was a geek, literally. I was going to school every day, no cutting school, no nothing. Like I was a geek. High school.
Screech.
You said screech? Yeah. We got him. He's still there. I think it's that Wi-Fi he got over there.
He's outside. He outside.
You out? Is it raining? Wait, is it raining over there?
Yeah, it's raining. It's raining out here.
Is it a storm on your side?
Yeah, you outside.
It's all good. Yo, shout out to everybody tuning in. Veronica, Lou, Courtney, what up, Court? OC, appreciate you for kicking it.
Yeah, lost me. All of y'all lost me.
Yeah, we lost you.
We back. We got you. Where you at? Where you at? You in the bad area? You on some Teddy Riley shit right now?
In that really, that rain, that thunderstorm shit.
I could see you. You in and out. You in and out.
I'm in my car, man. I got people. I'm in my car. I'm outside though. It is a whole story.
All right. Well, look. Do me a favor. Drive to the corner and park so we can get some good service. Kev, how were you in middle school, man? Describe yourself.
I always play. I played ball like 6th grade. That's when I started playing ball. So I'm like, Walt, I was a class clown. So I was the same, man. I always had a clever mouth. So I was a good student as far as I always got straight A's, but I was smart and I was a smart ass to the teacher. So I was a student that was cool because I was getting sent to the principal's office, but you couldn't say anything to me because I got straight A's at the same time.
Right.
So it was hard to discipline me because I knew I was a smart ass, but I knew I was smart at the same time. And I played ball, so I was kind of the cool kid who played ball and was nice. But what made me like a popular kid in middle school was because my older brother went to the same school as me and he was popular. Yeah. So I got the younger brother love automatically. Then I played ball and I was a class clown. The Chico?
Kev had the same mustache in middle school, the same goatee and all that. This nigga full.
Same mustache.
Nigga Haitian goatee chin strap right here, just all across.
Facts.
I can see that though. I can see you. I can see you definitely playing sports and
I play ball. Yeah, I played ball all the way to college. You know what I'm saying?
The
only embarrassing thing in middle school was like I couldn't dress. The Haitian, I was a typical Haitian kid in middle school. So if I wasn't a clown and I couldn't play ball, I'd
wearing socks with your slippers and shit like that, right? Like just like
bro. Pay less, flea market clothes. It was embarrassing. Luckily, I played ball, and luckily, I was an asshole.
You wised up. Okay. B.
Luckily.
B. Middle school. Describe yourself, man. How were you?
And I was. That was around the time that I learned that people weren't shit. So
how you start like that?
Because kids are assholes, man. Kids are horrible. So yeah, man. Around up until that time, I was getting straight A's, honor roll, and all that stuff. And then once I got to middle school, for some reason, I don't give a fuck button was just hit. And
he had an automatic button.
And I found out a system, right? I found out like Kev, I figured I was real smart. So I didn't do any of my homework, right? I got zeros on all that. And I would just ace my test and it would even out at the end of the market period. I just settle for a C. Like that's how lazy I was, that I found out a system to not do the work. I was just a piece of shit in middle school. But yeah, and I was quiet too. Like I was a loner. I was kind of a weirdo. I was just into video games and comic books and all that stuff. The only time I would open up is during lunchtime at the lunch table, when they would roast you, so you had to roast them back, or you would get embarrassed. So that was the only time I would open up, is at the lunch table or detention or anything like that. I was a dickhead, man. I wasn't shit in school.
Yeah.
Right. You was always that kid that they would write on the report card, he has a lot of potential.
A lot of potential.
That was me, yeah. A lot of potential, but he ain't using it.
They wrote lazy on my report card once.
Yep,
Damn, bro.
Same, yeah.
That's bad. So I got a good one for y'all. A good organic question right now. Obviously we know everybody does comedy. Some of us have 9-to-5s outside of comedy, but what's the weirdest job you've ever had or worked all time? It could be some job you had when you were young. It could be something you was just some trade shit. I'll start it off and I'm gonna go to Walt. The weirdest job I had, I worked at a cell phone kiosk in the Palisades Mall, upstate New York. If y'all know the Palisades Mall, 4 floors, got the Ferris wheel, the Levity Live is in that mall. I was the guy that you be chilling in the mall with your family on a date, minding your own fucking business. I would yell across the mall to you, yo, fam, what kind of cell phone you got? Okay. You need an upgrade? Oh, no. Well, fuck you too then. Fuck you too then. Okay.
Wow.
I see you. And then look, I see you 5-10 minutes later. You still ain't get that upgrade. As you walk by, nah, you ain't get no upgrade. So that was a weird job for me. But that was
made it weird.
Listen, hella weird, right, B?
That's like the people that ask you if you want a massage. They don't massage your back. Get the fuck off me, man. I don't need no massage, bro.
Whoa, what's the weirdest job you've ever had? Period. All time.
You want to know what's funny? One of the weirdest jobs I ever had was trying to sell people. I used to be one of those people that used to try to sell people comedy show tickets in Times Square.
Okay.
Hey, you guys like comedy? You guys like comedy?
Not with those eyes. Not with those eyes, my nigga.
Hey, you guys. Hey, buddy, you like comedy?
No, I don't. Nope, I don't.
Exactly.
I'm never coming to a comedy show again.
If you looking like that, nigga, I ain't coming to them shows.
No, I don't.
Hey, guys, you look like you like to laugh.
Did you make any bread though? Did you make any bread, or was it like just?
I made a couple of dollars, but it was only for like 2 days, and I was like, I can't do this no more. People were evil. People were evil. It was crazy. Like, nah. I've had all kinds of crazy jobs, to be honest. Yeah, but that was one of them. Nah. Because I say it was only 2 days. That's why I was weird, because I only stayed it for 2 days.
Oh,
like,
so, all right. Okay.
Can't do this.
All right, B. Weirdest job, B, or craziest job you ever worked at?
Weirdest job I ever had was I was a store manager at Family Dollar in Philly.
Wow.
Yes.
My first day, I went through training and all that. Ace training, so like the district manager gave me like a $5,000 raise like before I got to my store, which was crazy. That was dope.
It was hype.
I was definitely hyped. So I didn't know why he gave me that. I found out my first day in my store. I walk in and this dude walks in. He's like, "Yo, where's your Charmin at?" Like, we out. We got a truck coming in. He was like, "Nah, they ain't good enough." So we going back and forth. We arguing back and forth. He was like, "All right, it's like that. I'll be right back."
Yeah.
Comes back like 20 minutes later, puts a gun in my face.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man, it's my first day.
On the first day at Family Dollar, nigga put a gun in your face.
Dollar,
nice. How bad you love your job, nigga?
It was my last day too.
Yo, my thing is that's enough. I mean, it's bad enough Family Dollar be thinking they're a real store. It's worse when you got somebody coming up in there trying to rob.
Put a gun in you,
motherfucker. Kev, what about you, Kev?
Toilet paper.
Kev, weirdest job.
My weirdest job was probably Cinnabon.
Nice.
Cinnabon.
That's a good look though. Them Cinnabons is on hit though.
Nah, they hit until you the one
crack.
making the Cinnabons and you see what's in the Cinnabons.
Ah.
You see how much butter you throwing in the Cinnabon and seeing how much sugar you throwing in it. When you do that, you never want to eat a Cinnabon again in your life, bro.
Oh, wow.
But I was a man in high school because of it, because I used to be able to bring everybody the 9-pack of Cinnabons. The family packs of Cinnabons.
Especially for Valentine's Day and shit like that.
You was definitely
rolling Cinnabons is weird, bro. I never eat a Cinnabon. I haven't eaten a Cinnabon since 18 years old. I can never go back to that store, bro.
Cause you traumatized. That's why, man. Don't fuck it up for the rest of us.
We still
fall in love with the smell every time we walk by the store. Okay,
especially in the mall. I gotta get one.
And
of those.
I get sick. I get sick of the smell every time I walk by.
Yeah, man, you messing everything up, man. Keep that information to
yourself,
bro.
TMI. Certain things, you know what I mean. Just say, yo, I just had a bad experience. You ain't gotta tell us what's in the
Check this out.
I'm sorry, Facebook. All the listeners, my bad, bro.
I gotta ask y'all this. Y'all watch a lot of movies, and y'all might not realize a lot of things now that y'all older. This is segue to this next part right here. I had the privilege of watching The Karate Kid 1 through 3 with my son in the last few days. We've been chilling. We will, we'll spend our day hanging out with the fam. We'll come in and I've been really paying attention to The Karate Kid 1 through 3. And this is my movie portion of this panel. I want to ask y'all something. Not even ask y'all. Did you peep in any version? I'm gonna just get right to it. You know Danielson, obviously, Ralph Macchio, the main actor. Do you know that he was never a black belt?
You were high when you saw that.
Can I tell you why he wasn't a black belt?
Walt, wait, Walt, you seen that? You peep?
I said I can believe it.
You ready?
You ready?
It. Because in part 1, when he entered the tournament, Mr. Miyagi grabbed the black belt out the fucking bag. Dude, registering.
Right.
So wait, I'm gonna hit y'all with another one. You know, Mr. Miyagi was married and had a side chick.
You said what?
Mr. Miyagi was married and had a side chick. I don't think I even paid attention to that.
Mr. Miyagi had an entanglement.
He had an entanglement. Mr. Miyagi was doing the entanglements before they was popping.
I'm just saying, I've really studied it, and I said to myself, how you move from Jersey to California and don't know how to fight? How you move from the East Coast to the West Coast and you can't fight? Like, you deserve your ass whooped. You deserve to get bullied. I'm just saying, like,
for you to notice that, you had way too much time.
Bro, I noticed some
way
stuff
too much time on your
stuff too, bro.
Was you
rewinding?
Nah, I wasn't. I said this nigga don't even know karate.
Let me rewind the DVR. Wait a minute. Where you get that belt from?
We didn't get to the crazy stuff in part 2.
Listen.
This nigga got the director's cut.
All right, so part 1. Listen,
he got the bloopers at the end of it.
Part 1 was him moving to California.
Which one was a girl?
Acclimated. Part 1, he moved. He got acclimated. He was getting bullied. He learned how to do karate. He didn't really learn. What karate did he fucking learn? All he learned how to do was paint, wax, and buff fucking cars. What karate form teaches you that? So
part three was a girl.
Part 4 was the girl. Part 3 was him going overseas. Part 3 was him. No, part 3 was him pretty much fighting, and he was in college at this point. He had a store. He bought some real estate. And fucking he was just too old. He was out of shape by then. But I don't know.
Craziest one. Part 2.
Part 2 was when he went overseas, and that's when we
found out 1 and 2
had a side chick.
That's all I really cared about.
2 is crazy. Here's why, yo. 2 is so nuts because for 40 years, Sato was wanting to put hands on Miyagi for 40 years. That's the realest beat ever. Sato waited for 40 years. And then he wanted to put hands on Miyagi so bad that when Miyagi and Danielson flew to Okinawa, they had a car waiting for him. He wanted smoke immediately.
You know how mad you gotta be to send a nigga you got beef with a car at the airport just to
make sure that he here. Oh, you here? Bet. I'm gonna make sure you get safe and sound. I can't wait.
That's
you getting your ass whooped.
That's wild. It took
your ass is mine.
It took Miyagi saving Sato in a goddamn tsunami for Sato not to want to beat him up anymore.
Word.
And then, like, Danielson got dragged into a whole 40-year beef and was fighting this dude's nephew
and couldn't fight.
Death. Like, they had a fight to the death. This wasn't
Danielson always get beat up, and then for some reason
he do that whack ass kick at the end. That bullshit ass kick. That shit ain't working.
His go-to move did not work in Okinawa.
White people love
that kick didn't work in part 2 or part 3. That kick stopped working. It only worked in part 1, fam. That should only work one time, B. Don't gas it. But now I got 2 more. I got 2 more for y'all, and I'm gonna get y'all out of here. I appreciate y'all for checking in. Shout out to Natalia, my guy Lou on the check-in. In comedy, I know y'all have y'all favorites. I want to hear from y'all. I'm gonna start with Walt, and I'm gonna work our way around your top 5. No judgment of all time. Who's your personal top 5 that you love to watch? Let's go, Walt. Top 5.
Comedians?
No order either. No order. Your comedians. Your top 5 of comedians right now.
All right. Eddie Murphy, Jerry Seinfeld.
Nice.
Who else was it? Bernie Mac. Yeah, like I said, I've been studying George. I always admired George.
That's 4. One more.
Man, who would be my favorite? If you about to have me, Dave.
Hey,
I appreciate it. Honestly, I appreciate him. How he just, especially just his recent one, but like I've never, everybody's talking about the LGBT community for a minute, but the way he like, like his perception when he was
his breakdown,
the car, the breakdown was genius, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's genius. That was like when I seen that, I was like, yo, he's back. Because Dave has that certain comedy, like, he pushes the envelope and like that right there. And it was like he was pushing it, but it was so funny that you had to like, your guard, he allowed you to let your guard down. Because once he first said LGBTQ, everybody was like, wait, what you about to say? But then when he broke it down, like even with the queer part where he was like, he's backing up like this, that was genius. Like Dave was just that man, yo. He was just cool. Like I could enjoy. And to be honest, another one of the folks is not really like
honorable mention. I was gonna say y'all get one honorable mention.
My honorable, to be honest, besides his last 2, Kevin gave us new material every time he gave us a special.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Even before he was doing I'm a Grown Little Man, when he was doing Live at Sunset, he was giving us new material every time he got on that stage, and it was funny.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that work ethic is what I admire mostly.
All right, Kev. Your top 5 plus your honorable mention.
My top 5. Walt just made me change my mind a little bit. He did. Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock.
Nice.
Wanda
I was just
Sykes.
watching Big and Backer.
Wanda Sykes, man. Wanda Sykes is hilariously underrated. She's a pro. And if y'all ain't see the Netflix special that she just put out,
just
watch it. She has a way of incorporating her personal life, making it funny. Man, Wanda Sykes is the truth.
Right.
Jerry Seinfeld, I gotta throw the white boy in there, man.
Yeah, he's definitely my friend.
You see, Walt, I wasn't gonna say Kevin Hart. I'm not the biggest fan of Kevin Hart, but you made me think about something. Kevin Hart, because to me, he changed the game of comedy. He's making some comedians move like musicians now. He's showing you that comedy works like music.
I like how you said that, Kev. I like how you said
DVDs. You can hustle now. He changed how the game works. So not just his stage, but Kevin Hart in general. I got to put him on my top 5.
That work ethic is different.
Yeah.
Brian.
My 5 currently Chappelle, Rock. Got to go with Bill Burr. That's my guy. Man. Bill Burr is amazing, man. I love Wanda Sykes. Her Netflix special, that just made me her up the top of my list, man. She right up there now because it was just so smart and so witty. It's so funny.
Right.
And number 5, Jerry Seinfeld, man. Jerry Seinfeld, his joke game is just ridiculous, man. And he's been doing it since '76. Consistently.
Facts.
Consistently. He's retired material more than once and has started over again.
Right.
Yeah.
And for him to come up with hours and hours of material for over 40 years, come on, man. That's crazy.
That was the truth.
My top 5 all time is Richard. Richard, he just set the standard for everybody.
Godfather right there,
Harlan. I love Steve Martin. I listen to Wild and Crazy Guy. I got that album on vinyl. I love that.
Nice.
Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy dropped 2 classics and bowed out.
Yeah,
Yep.
he did.
That's crazy to me. And my sleeper that nobody really talks about is Damon Wayans. I love Damon Wayans, man.
Hella funny.
I think he's a genius, man. I think he's severely underrated. Saw him at AC, and he did an hour and a half, and that made me want to do comedy. Once I saw him do it, I was like, I want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever seen him do stand up.
I haven't either. I haven't either, but I would have loved to see that. Just that era period.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry, I got one more honorable.
Go ahead.
Man. I can't forget about how Martin changed the game with Def Jam and all that other shit. And
Damn.
Martin, You So Crazy was like one of the last official 90 minutes. Comedians don't give you an hour and a half. Like he said, Damon gave comedians don't give you 90 minutes. They add skits and movies on it.
Right.
Even Kevin, they add a whole bunch of theatrics to spread it out.
So
You So Crazy was 90 minutes of funny, bro.
Yeah.
I got another one too. I got another honorable mention too, real quick. Dion Cole.
Oh, of course. One of Chicago's funniest.
You ain't never lied, yo.
His last special was cold. His last special was flawless from beginning to end.
And I'm gonna tell you something, Joe. Like that last special he dropped, right?
Yeah.
2 days later, after he dropped it on Netflix, he did a show in Atlantic City. I went there with my wife for our birthday weekend.
Yeah.
He did all new material because he wasn't allowed to do that material from Netflix. After you do it, you gotta retire.
They buy it. You gotta retire that.
Yeah.
So he said, "Yo, I'm doing all new material. Bear with me." An hour and 45 minutes later, yo, that's an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Brand new material. And he killed it, man. I was like, I gotta step my shit up, man. That was
I'm gonna give y'all mine. I'm gonna give y'all mine in an honorable mention or two. Red Fox, one of the illest, and one of the funniest motherfuckers in Harlem Nights. That movie, just swallow it and shut the fuck up. That orange juice part,
was crazy.
that shit, and just his stand up was with the cigarettes. Where you see where Chappelle gets it from. That motherfucker go through a whole pack, not a cigarette, a whole fucking pack on stage. Robin Harris, before Bebe's Kids, he was one of the first early black specials on HBO. One of the early stand-up. I believe it was in 86 they gave him that. But one of the early 80 days, Sinbad.
Never cursed.
Sinbad on television, it wasn't too many brothers on television before Sinbad. Like, even though he was light-skinned, Sinbad was in movies. He was doing stand-ups without cursing. I was like, God damn. Cedric the Entertainer. I remember going to see the Kings of Comedy in the movie theater, y'all. His set made me want to do comedy. Cedric I was doing comedy and naturally funny, but Cedric the Entertainer, by far for me.
Sleepers.
Listen, Cedric the Entertainer, that set right there, Kings of Comedy. That was my favorite
set of the movie.
If it wasn't for Bernie's set, I feel like Cedric had that. That set was a solid. And two females. One is my fifth and honorable mention. I'm gonna go with Monique. Monique is, I mean, by far one of the women's of my generation. Comic View, movies, television. We forget. The shit still comes on out here in Oakland. We forget meeting the Parkers. The Parkers. That shit runs on repeat on the West Coast all day long.
That's on BET every day, bro.
Like the Parkers, before she was one of the queens of comedy, she was on television too. And another one is Samore. Samore is still one of the baddest in general, one of the baddest female comics. And you can see a lot of females emulate that attitude in their performance on stage.
That bad bitch attitude.
And that's Samore right there. Monique is different. Samore that so
bitch. Right.
That's mine. I want to ask y'all this before y'all give y'all handles and all that good stuff and tell people how to support y'all and find y'all. Comedy's not easy. Y'all know that. Y'all remember y'all first show. Y'all remember when.
Say it again. Say it again, listen, man.
Comedy is not easy. When I say comedy,
say it again, bro.
The stage time, the getting stage time, the bullshit, the good stuff, the back. Comedy is a grind, 365 days. And I want to ask y'all, give the people from your perspective advice. If there's a comic watching out there who may follow y'all, who may look up to y'all, or who in general who just show y'all love that's watching, or if you just want to help somebody out, because a lot of times in comedy we don't help each other out. You know that. So this part right here. But I'm gonna go to you, Kev, first, and then we're gonna work our way.
Because Kev look like he got something to say.
You making me change my answer. My answer wasn't gonna be so supportive. My answer wasn't so supportive.
I'm setting you up, Kev.
It wasn't so supportive. But now I gotta be nice, bro.
Listen.
I wasn't about to be nice. Anybody on
I want you
I
to
wasn't
be
gonna
real
be nice.
to anybody that's watching this. Any word of
Do your thing,
advice
Kev. Speak the truth.
Gem, right now, how you feel about your perspective?
Walt said speak the truth, so I'm gonna speak the truth. I feel like comedy's hard, like you said. Comedy ain't no joke. Whoa, man, hold on, bro. Hold on. Comedy ain't easy, man. And I feel like in comedy, first of all, I don't feel like there's any competition. So if there's one thing that I want to say to any comedians listening or that's gonna hear this, ain't no competition in comedy. Y'all need to stop all that. The competition is at the show for sure. We all fall on a show. It's friendly competition. We all want to be like, make it hard for the next person to come after us. That's for sure.
Right.
But other than that, ain't no competition in comedy. There's enough room for everybody. But I feel like as a comedian, there's strengths, there's weaknesses. Like Brian said, it's funny because Brian, I feel like we're both polar opposites. You're a good writer. There's good writers in comedy. There's a lot of people that's good at acting out their material in comedy. I think that's like the brains of the operations, and that's like the actors of the operations. I'm saying,
right.
I'm very good at acting out my material, but I'm not the best writer. And that's why I say there's no competition, because I just feel like if we could work together a little bit more than that, we all could be cohesive and take parts of learning from each other.
Right.
But here's what I'm gonna say that's not so great to everybody listening. I feel like as a comedian, you should know about yourself. If you're scared to talk about yourself, if you're scared to own up your own bullshit, if you're scared to own up who you are, you're not going to be funny. If you fat and you scared to talk about if you fat, you're not funny. If you fat or you sloppy or you ugly and you trying to say you're not funny. You know what I'm saying? You know, good comedians know. You know in your heart when you got it or not. You know you on to something. You know, like, yo, I understand this shit. I know I got something here.
Yeah.
If you don't know that, you ain't there yet. If you need somebody else to tell you if you had a bad set, you ain't there yet. You should just feel if your set was bad. You should just
I'm
come
out,
on
y'all.
stage.
See y'all tomorrow. I'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, right. Like, I wasn't locked in as I should have been.
Joe left. That nigga left.
Bro, I know I'm good or not.
Yeah.
Comedy's about, right, Liv? Y'all can't see in the Facebook. Comedy's here, man. You don't need nothing outside of here in comedy. This is where it starts. You know yourself. You know who you are. It's like therapy. If you understand that, you're going to be very, very funny, and you're going to go a long way. Hopefully we all go that way. But that's what I want to say to y'all. If you don't know if you got it, you ain't got it.
I can respect that. I can respect that, Kev. Walt, and then B, any advice, gems, you know, for another comedian that's watching, or just in general.
Nah, I'm sort of like
keep it
like,
funky, keep it real.
All right, this is what I'm gonna say, okay? Because I'm fairly new still. I got a little under 2 years under my belt as far as being on stage. I've always been the funny guy of the crew. As far as being on stage, about 2 years, but I put in some work during these little 2 years.
Definitely have. You definitely have, my brother.
First you gotta be funny. You can't think you're funny. You have to be funny. Okay.
You have to.
Like, and it's not even trying to be no joke shit. Like, you gotta be funny, you know? But really, like what Kev said, it's all about, you gotta have that confidence, because I've been talking about wanting to get into comedy for years, but I didn't have that confidence. For some reason, I was always finding an excuse to not jump on the stage until a good friend of mine, Miss Lissa knows, everybody knows. I don't know if you know Lissa.
Shout out to Melissa.
Yeah, shout out to Lissa. She threw me on the stage because I was just commenting on her post about a show she had. She's like, yo, you keep talking about you want to do this. I'm throwing it on the stage. You know what I mean? So this is good that you say, like, we do need to be able to be, this community is weird. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. This comedy community, it's like it's like cousins, like distant cousins and shit.
Like high school. It's like Bayside. It's like fucking Saved by the Bell sometimes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just so weird, but it doesn't have to be that way. Like I love everybody. I show love to everybody. It don't matter what situation we have. We could chop it up, go get over it. I'm all for it, man. You really have to be. You got to have tough skin for this, though. This is not for the weak. This is not for somebody that just want. This cannot be no hobby of yours. You understand me? This can't be no side hustle. This can't be no. You have, even though you might have a regular 9 to 5 or whatever. If this is not your passion, this is not something you really want to do. It's not going to work because it's going to come with a lot of shit. And if you're not built for it, it's quiet. And this little 2 years that I've been doing this, I've been hearing a lot of shit, been faced with a lot of shit. And bro, we still, look at the shit that we dealing with now. We have no choice but to stay in the house for 3 months. Like, what were you supposed to do? Like, if you wasn't somebody that was like built for this and all that stuff, you would have lost it. Niggas would have gave up. I done seen comedians that I know that was on stage ain't even talking about comedy no more. These niggas is regular. They over there on IG with regular lives. Dead ass. No, nothing's, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like they totally like, such is life. And nah, not me. Like, and I know y'all was saying that y'all don't like what you call it. I don't mind putting in the work. You have to be willing to put in the fucking work. Please stop thinking everything is going to happen overnight. This instant gratification era we in, everybody think everything's supposed to happen overnight. You have to put in that work. That's the only way. The long way is always the shortcut, people. You try to cut corners, all you're going to do is wind up having to double back and fix what you try to. The long way is a shortcut. Put in the fucking work and stop playing around. Simple as that. I don't respect you if you don't put in the work. Nothing else is going to work if you don't put in the work. So anything else I say after this, if you don't put in the work, it's not going to work. So put that fucking work in, man. Stay true to yourself. Write. Do your research. Respect your craft. You know what I'm saying? That's just really what it is, man. That's just how I'm going about it. Just stay focused on, you know what I mean? Utilize your network. Utilize your network and your resources. Situations like this, I'm blessed to just be able to talk it amongst y'all and kick it with y'all. You know what I mean? Chop it up. I'm about to go watch that Wanda Sykes joint now after this. You know what I mean? We need this. We need forums like this with comedians to really chop it up because it's so cutthroat, man. Everybody thinking, like he said, besides on the stage, you know, I'm on the stage, I'm trying to kill. You know what I mean? Outside of the stage, it's love, bro.
Yeah,
outside
it's
of the
true.
stage, it's love. It's no reason why we, you know what I mean, we can't have more of this. And I appreciate you, you know what I mean, starting this up, you know, and just being a part of this is dope.
Yo, B. Go ahead, brother.
First things first, the hardest thing about comedy is doing it. So you gotta, and so like Walt said, like he wanted to do comedy for such a long time. I'm pretty sure every comedian that eventually did comedy procrastinated in the very beginning, like because they
Hell
were.
Yeah.
So
yo, because that stage is different.
It's different, bro.
Scary as fuck.
It ain't the lunch table. It ain't the block. It ain't the stoop. It ain't the porch. It ain't none of that. It's totally different. It's a totally different ball game. I know a lot of cats that lunch table funny dudes think they could do what I could do because they see me do it now. It's like, oh, he could do it. It's different, bro. It's a different ball game. You ain't ready for all that. But doing it that's the hardest part. Once you get over that hump, then everything else, I'm not saying it's easy. But it's a lot less difficult than the initial task of just conquering that fear and doing it. The second thing is, like y'all all said, this comedy community is weird as hell. You gotta be able to navigate and get through all the
like an episode of Doug.
Walt said it all, bro.
Doug on Nickelodeon, like really.
That shit weird.
It's a lot of clicks. It's a lot of cornball shit going on in this game, man. And
you ain't never lied.
You gotta just put blinders on and go for your goals. Go for the set your goals.
And that's part of it too, right? Yeah.
And just leave that other dumb stuff alone. And don't by any means get into any entanglements with these motherfuckers out here.
There you go. Brought it back. No entanglements. You heard it first.
Hey, you lowered your voice for that part.
No entanglements,
bro.
Kev, man, you giving the game away, man.
I just want to say this. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let them know how to find y'all. I'm gonna start with Kev, then we're gonna work our way down to Walt. We're gonna work our way around. Tell them where to find you. How can they support you? What you working on? All that good stuff.
All right. Y'all could get me at officially Kevin Lee on Instagram. So it's at officially Kevin Lee on Instagram. August 1st, we're having a comedy show. It's a backyard comedy show in Queens. It's my first show. I produce shows.
I'm back in New York for that too. I'm coming to that. Yep.
Coming through, yo. We got the food truck coming out. We got we got the food truck. We got servers. We got bartenders. It's a really nice backyard. We got the tables and chairs being rented. It's gonna set up really nice. Okay. It's basically out. It's my first debut of putting a show back together.
Nice.
You know, I did the Bedford Manor shows, but now it's my first time putting the show back together. So I'm really excited about it. But the seats are limited. So if y'all want to come through, hit me up at officially Kevin Lee on Instagram. Get your ticket now because we only letting like 30 people in, 35 people in with your mask on.
Like I said, with your mask on.
With your mask on.
And we checking your temperature when you go in the
door. That's
a fact. We definitely are.
Facto.
Niggas is shooting your forehead like boop.
That's a fact though. And other than that, after this whole thing ends, you know, I'm back at Bedford Manor. Black-owned business. Every month we do that Bedford Manor. It's been growing and growing.
Manor,
we
right.
sell out there. No more space now. So we kicking people out of there. So check me at Bedford Manor after this whole thing ends.
My guy, B. Isley.
Yes, sir.
All right, tell me where to find you, brother.
You can find me at the Brian Isley on Instagram, at Brian Isley Live on Twitter. Search Brian Isley on Facebook. Go to BrianIsleyLive.com and go download my album, Laugh or Get Offended. It's got 1 million streams on Pandora. So, go check that out, man. And look out for my new book. It's entitled Jet Black, and that's going to be available Black Friday. So,
my God, that's what's up. Walt.
What up, though? Yeah, what I got going on? I got a couple of shows coming up. You know, we're in like one of the first stages of the outside comedy show. So my guy Damon Labs, he got me on the bill along with K. Smith. Next Saturday, July 18th, we'll be out in Long Island at Ben's Crabs. They got the outdoor drive-in. I've been doing a few of those drive-ins. Shout out to my guy Ray DeJean. He put me on a few of those too. He was out in Linden. It's been kind of cool. It's been fun. Again, like you said, it's evolving. You got to evolve with the time. So it's been kind of cool. My homegirl, Eva Evans, she's putting together a show July 23rd, and she got me on the bill for that as well. That's in Brooklyn.
Eva, what up? Shout out to Eva.
Yeah, shout out to Eva. Shout out to, you know what I mean, everybody. My guy Damon K. Smith. Shout out to everybody, you know. So I'm going to be doing that July 23rd as well. I wear a couple of hats, so a lot of folks don't know I'm a photographer. So I also dropped a coffee table book just recently. I call it Just Different. It's like pre-COVID vibes. You know, I used to run around the city, take photos of everything, and just being locked in for 3 months, it just made me reminisce. And I was just going through a bunch of photos, so I just put together an album, self-published.
Nice.
You can follow me on Instagram, The Wizard, DA_WIZRD.
Yeah.
Click the link in my bio. You can get all of that flyness, all the information for the shows, books, and everything that I got going on. Just stay on top of that at, you know what I mean, The Wizard. I'm also putting together my first production since this whole shit is coming about.
Yeah.
Labor Day weekend. I'm doing a backyard boogie joint. It is going to be limited too. We're not trying to have 50 million people there, but all the information will be up soon on my page. So stay tuned. Here on Facebook, Walt Buzz Miller. On Instagram, The Wizard. Follow me.
Yep. I feel like Joe froze right now. You look like he in the same position.
Joe definitely froze on us.
Froze. Yeah, Joe froze.
He frozen.
That's what you get for talking shit, Joe.
The host for the most is
That's what you get.
Damn.
That's what you get, Joe, for talking shit.
Definitely looking like Nene husband right now.
Right. Look at him. Talking about the Karate Kid, man. Who the fuck watched that movie, Joe?
Joe,
I do, man. Come on, man.
You had one job, Joe.
Talking. Oh, Joe, what happened?
Nigga, yo, this is all us. This is all us now. Fuck that nigga Joe. So like I'm saying.
Yo, All right, fuck it. We out of here, right?
All right, yeah, man.
You,
All right,
you gonna
man,
give him
I
a
appreciate-
you giving him a second to come back on, or y'all out?
We already said what we doing. Them people see us, they know what it is. Y'all, man, love, peace, and Haggers. It was good talking to y'all, yo. You know, we're gonna stay in touch. We're gonna be working.
Like, nice to meet y'all. We ain't officially
yes,
meet,
definitely.
but it's my first
Look
time
forward to
seeing
working
y'all.
with y'all.
Nice
You know what I mean, in the near future, as far as this comedy shit is concerned. Good looking on the Wanda Psych joint. I'm about to go watch that in a minute.
Go watch
I'm holla at y'all, man.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
See you
Later.
Yo, Brian, see you, bro.
All right, man. Take care, bro.
I'm gonna hit him with a DM right now. See what happens.
All right, later.
All right.